Hi everybody. So this is a quick recap of today's class. A few things that you need to know before we start with our meditation, before we start with our channeling, with our chakra balancing. The first thing that you need to know is about the chakras. So chakras are nothing but energy centers within our body. Okay, now there are some energy centers which are around our body which forms the aura. And there are 114 total chakras within the body and 72,000 nadis. So these nadis are like thin energetic wires which connects all the chakras. Now out of all these 114 chakras, we are going to work only with the 7 major ones. Which are the 7 major ones? The first one is your root chakra, which is right at the tip of your spine. So right where your spinal cord ends, where you're seated, the point where your body touches the ground, that is where the root chakra is. So you have to remember that this root chakra has an auric color. The auric color of the root chakra is red. Okay, and it is all about the physical world. It's all about our physical reality. So it could be your material possessions, it could be your family, your security. Everything is related to the root chakra. Okay, so this is the first chakra of your body. Now the second chakra, if you see right here, it is about 4 inches below your navel. This is the sacral chakra. Now the sacral chakra is orange in color, and this deals with your creativity and sexuality both, right? The third chakra from the bottom is the solar plexus. So this one, if you can see right here, this yellow colored chakra is the solar plexus. So it is about 4 inches above your navel, somewhere around here. Again, remember these energy centers are located within your vertebral column. So whenever you're visualizing your chakras, you have to visualize it inside your body and not on top of your body. Right? So now this is the third chakra, which is the solar plexus. Above the solar plexus, the center of your chest, within your rib cage, this is where the heart chakra is. Okay, so the heart chakra is all about emotions, about feelings. This is green in color. The auric color is green. Now the next one is the throat chakra, which is right here, center of your throat. This is all about your communication, about your self-expression. This one is light blue in color, right here. Then the sixth chakra is here. So suppose you take 2 needles and pierce one here and one here. The point where these two will meet inside, exactly where the pineal gland is, that is where your third eye chakra is, which is all about your intuition, your clairvoyance, your claircognizance, right? So this is the 6th chakra or the third eye chakra. And then last is the crown chakra, which is right here at the top of your head, but about ½ an inch below your scalp. That's where your crown chakra is. So this is your connection with the divine. Alright, so these are the 7 major chakras. And we can scan the energy of these chakras. Right? So this is one thing that you need to remember. The other thing is we have 2 more chakras right here at the center of our palm. These are called the palm chakras. Okay? So through these palm chakras, we give and receive energy. Now, which one is for giving and which one is for receiving? Whichever is your dominant hand, that is for giving energy. For instance, if I am a right-handed person, my right hand would be the giving hand and the left hand would be the receiving hand. So whenever you're scanning a palm chakra for somebody, check with that person if the person is a right-handed person or a left-handed person. So this is the second thing that you can scan. the palm chakras, to see if you're open to giving and receiving, because there should be a balance between these two as well. So this is the second thing that you need to know. So the first is the 7 chakra system. The second is the palm chakras. The third thing that you need to know is about the 5 universal elements. Now there are 5 Panch Tattva or universal elements. And our body, our spirit, the entire universe is said to be made of these elements. And what are these Pancha Tattvas? They are fire, air, space, earth and water. Now it is said that if you look at our hand, each of our fingers represent one of these tattvas or elements, right? The thumb represents the fire element. The first finger or the index finger represents the Vayu or the air element. The middle finger represents the Akash or space or ether element. This also holds our Akashic records, right? The ring finger represents earth element or Prithvi element. And the little finger represents water or Jal, which is primarily the most important element, right? So these are the 5 elements or the Panch Tattva, which we need to remember. Now, there is a way of scanning all these energies. So after you program your pendulum, all you need to do is spread out your fingers, hold the pendulum with only 2 fingers. If you want, you can support your elbow. And you take it above each finger, the tip of the finger, and just ask the pendulum, how is the energy of that element within your system? And then observe the movement of the pendulum. So you can scan the elements or the elemental energy for your own body, for your own spirit. So a few things that I want you all to do today is, first of all, scan your own chakras. So stand in front of a mirror and hold the pendulum in front of each chakra, one after the other, and just ask how is the energy of that particular chakra and make a note of it. Okay, so this is the first thing that you do. Now anything above the throat chakra, it's very difficult to hold the pendulum here or here to scan your third eye and your crown. So you hold it at this position, anything above the throat, and you just focus on that chakra and ask about that chakra. So for instance, for third eye, we hold it here and we ask, how is the energy of my third eye chakra? Now you can see it's going clockwise. Similarly for crown, you hold it again here, focus on your crown chakra and ask the pendulum, how is the energy of my crown chakra? Observe the movement and make a note of this. Okay, so scan your 7 chakras standing in front of a mirror if possible. If you don't have a mirror, you can just stand straight, concentrate on each chakra one at a time and keep scanning. Okay, now after we program the pendulum, the way we program it is, if it goes clockwise, it will be considered as positive energy flow, right? If it goes anti-clockwise, then it will be considered as negative energy flow. Okay, if it is going sidewise like this, again this would be negative energy flow. If it's going to and fro, that is coming towards me and going away from me, then this is again positive energy flow. And if the pendulum doesn't move at all, so for instance, the pendulum is stationary, it just vibrates a little. The crystal vibrates a little and you feel some sort of a heaviness here, as if somebody is holding it and pulling it downwards. This means there is an energetic block, which is quite dangerous. All right, so that means there's no movement of energy, there is no energy flowing there, right? So these are the possible movements of a pendulum. And the last one, which is slightly rare, that is an infinity sign. So the pendulum can move forming an infinity sign. This means divine protection and divine intervention. All right, so these are the few movements of the pendulum. Now, apart from scanning the chakras, what we need to do is scan our left palm and right palm chakras to see our receiving and giving. So whichever is your dominant hand, once again, is your giving hand, hold it at the center of your palm and scan the chakra of that particular palm. Okay, simply ask the pendulum and observe the movement for the right and the left, for the giving and the receiving. Okay, the third thing that you need to do is scan the 5 elements. So starting with fire, holding at the tip of the finger, then air, space, earth, water. So whatever you get, once you scan your finger, make a note of it. All right, so these are the elements or elemental energy. And the last thing is, take the pendulum in each of your room. Go to each of your room, take the pendulum at the center of your room or somewhere around the center of your room and ask the pendulum how is the energy of that space, and then observe the pendulum's movement. Right? So this way you're scanning the energy of your space. So a few things that you need to do before we have our class tomorrow. First thing is, you need to scan your chakras, all your 7 chakras. The second thing is, you need to scan the giving and receiving. The third thing is, you need to scan the 5 universal elements. Now this can be done either for your right or for your left palm. It doesn't really make a difference. All right, so elemental energy scanning. And the last one is scanning of your space. So scan the energy of your rooms, scan the outside part of your apartment or the main gate, and just make a note of your observation. All right, so these are the few things which we will discuss tomorrow in our class. So see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.